And that's for the parallel. And we're going to do the same thing over here. So let me just take out some things. And in this case, I'm going to find the current through each. Right. So we're going to do the same calculations over here. Let's say this battery is, what's the battery value? 15, okay. And R1, 5, okay. And R2, okay, 10 ohm. All right. So we have our circuits. Just plug in those values, 5 and 10. And we're going to use that now to do some calculation. Okay. All right, now for this, I'm going to employ the use of both expressions because you still have to be familiar with how to utilize this one. So I'm going to use both of them, right, to solve. So I want to find the total resistance. So we said 1 over RT is equal to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. Right? Now what to do from here now is we're going to simply plug in the values for R1 and R2. So we're going to say 1 over R1 is 5 as what we were told. I'm just going to put the number. I'm not going to put the unit because when we start to calculate, the unit might get in the way. We're just going to remember that we're calculating the resistance and we're going to remember to put the unit at the end. So I have 1 over 5 plus 1 over 10. Now for this, we're going to find an LCM, which is going to be 10, right? Because both numbers can be, the number we choose must be divisible by both numbers. So we choose 10. 5 can go into 10 2 times, so we're going to say 2 times 1 is 2. 10 into 10 goes 1 time, so that's 1 times 1. Yeah. So that's 1. So we're going to get 1 over RT is equal to 2 plus 1 is 3, yes, over 10. Now, what to do from here now is we're going to simply reciprocate, right? Reciprocate like that. So we're going to get RT is going to be equal to 10 divided by 3, which works out, when we do that, 10 divided by 3 is 3? 3.1? 3.33333, right? So about 3.3, right? It's good? It's good, Jada? Okay. Yeah, I use 1 decimal place. I use 1 decimal place. Question. No, it's yeah, should be just 1. Yes. Why? Because we're trying, so the reason why we inverted or reciprocate both expressions because we're trying to find RT. So the reciprocation process is to make RT the subject. Right now we have 1 over RT. So when we flip it, we're going to get RT over 1, which is the same thing as RT. And we're going to get this now as 10 over 3. So we have to evaluate it. Okay? So that's what we get. As I said, we can also use the product of a sum because we have 2 resistors. So let's do that over here. So we can also say that RT, and this is only valid once we have 2 resistors in parallel. So we're going to say R1 times R2 over R1 plus R2. That's the product over sum. So we have 5 times 10 divided by 5 plus 10, which gives us 50 over 15, which should give us 3.3 as well. If it doesn't, let me know so I can change my answer and change my good work. Good? So that's how we find resistance in parallel. Um, most times when they will give you questions involving resistors in parallel, they will oftentimes give you 3 resistors to force you to use this, but sometimes they can be nice and just give you 2, and you can use that nice equation and solve. Now, once you know, morning. Oh, you have refreshments? Okay, students. So in the meantime, while you buy your ice pop, we'll calculate the current. So the current I is equal to V over R, right? Where V is the source, which is 15. So we're going to have 15 volts divided by 3.3. And that should give us like 4 point something. Okay? 4.54. And this would be current, so it's going to be amperes. So that's the amount of current flowing. Okay. So 4.55, and this would be ampere. Right? 4.55 amperes. Smith, what time is it, Smith? Smith, Ajani, what time is it, please? 57. Yes, good. Resistance of ohm. Yes, good. All right, so that's the current. Now, since we say that the sum of the current through each device must equal to the current from the source, we can find the current through each of the device. So let's say I1. So I1, since Ohm's law says that I is equal to V over R, we can say that I1 is going to be equal to V over R1. Okay? So V over R1. Now, in order for us to use any formula, in order for us to use any formula, we need to be aware that we have all the variables needed for the formula. So in this case, now we said that I1 is going to be equal to V over R1. Do we know V? Right. We know V? What's V? Why 15? So what we're interested in is we're trying to find the potential difference across R1. Right? Now remember that all the resistors are connected in parallel. So whatever voltages across this, our potential difference across R1 is going to be the same across R2. Now both resistors are connected across the 15 volt source. So the same voltage across each resistor is going to be the same as the source because they're connected across the source. Right? Persons with you can get your thing. So we're going to use V as the source voltage, which is the 15. So this now becomes 15 volts. And R1, what's R1? 5, right? So that's going to be 5 ohms. So that's going to be 3 now, right? So 3 amperes. So if we have 3 amperes here, how much is left? 1.55, right? So let's see it now. So we're going to have now I2 being equal to V over R2. So that now becomes V is the same 15 and R2 is 10. Okay, 10 ohms. And we get what? 1.5? 1.5, and this would be ampere. Now you might ask, okay, what happens to the 0.05? Due to rounding, the numbers are going to be slightly off. But if we round this to one decimal place, we're going to see that we got the same answer. Because originally this was 4.54545454, right? So if we round this to one decimal place, it would be 4.5, which we see we get the same thing right there. Okay? All right, so we said that after we complete this and this, we're going to look at a question and then we'll go on a break. So I'm going to honor that. I do need break since you guys getting the refreshments. Get the ice pop. All right. Activity. Yes. Yes. The question. But we think so we could have found a nicer question, but we're going to try it anyways.